So some of you may know we're preparing our garden this year so we can actually do some planting next year. And one of the things, of course, it'd be a good idea to do to actually prepare your garden is to start your compost pile. And for the time being, up until now, we basically just had a little compost pile. I don't know if you can see it down here in the camera, but it's just covered with a piece of cardboard, just to keep the wind from blowing it everywhere. But it's high time we actually make a compost bin. I'm going to use pallet wood. I got a bunch of lats here and some of the support pieces. And coming up with this, I had a couple of different ideas pass by me. One of them that I see quite often is just 3 pallets like stacked together, screwed together. And that works just fine in a lot of places. But as you can tell, with this place, we get a lot of wind. And then right now, I mean, it's, you know, kind of mild right now for, this second. But, you know, if any of that compost were to dry out, it would end up going through all the openings, all the slots, and, goes who knows where. We had tried this a couple years ago, and we had corn husks end up, some of it drying out or, whatever, and ended up, just like strewn halfway across this area here because we had it back over there. And then another idea was just use chicken wire, which we have chicken wire, but same thing, maybe okay for, larger things like corn husks, but, the little silk from the corn or, coffee grounds or something like that, if it dries up any at all, it'll start getting thrown around. So I decided to go ahead and do pallet wood with the lats, but the lats are going to be touching. So there's really not a whole lot of airflow that can go through it. Plus I'm going to have like a partial lid over the top. So the wind can't, catch it and take it up and over. Hopefully it'll be heavy enough that the wind won't push the lid over. Maybe we'll find some kind of screws or a little something that holds them down. But I'm going to go ahead and build it. I'm going to put it right here. May end up moving it farther over there because I was thinking part of the process of getting the garden prepared for next year is I want to get cow manure on it. Lay down cardboard. If you've watched any of the recent videos, you know that there's cardboard laid down for weed control. Kill all those. It's, does a decent job. It doesn't look very good, but it works. But I want to get a nice layer on there. And in the fall, actually pretty much any time, this is, it's already July, but, I eventually want to get cow manure, pour it over the top of it to try to get some nutrients in the soil. We don't have a whole lot. I mean, we can grow weeds, but not a whole lot else. Another thing, if you've been watching, we try to get some other stuff to grow, and we got some herbs, but we have one asparagus that's actually, doing decently okay. I mean, it's first year asparagus, but anyways, back with the manure. Every so often, with the compost pile here, the wind blows just right. You can smell it in the house. So if I were to start putting manure here, I would imagine there'd be a lot greater chance for that smell to go into the house, which is the house is directly behind you right there. And the wind, 99% of the time, blows this way. So it blows it, the compost pile right here blows it just kind of around it. But if the wind just shifts a little bit, it goes right to the house. So if I move the garden here or even over here, then I have a much better chance of it just going off that direction. And that's, the reason why I was saying, I'm going to put that here, maybe even move over there later on. But we'll see. For now, go ahead and get this stuff unloaded, get everything kind of laid out. It's just going to be sitting on the ground. I'm not going to put posts. I got the supports for the pallets. They're just going to be in 4 corners. The lat's going up it. It's going to be short. It's going to be like here somewhere. I've got 5 flats that'll go on it and then the lid. But I'm going to leave these things this long so we can make it bigger if we need to, which hopefully we will. Hopefully it'll be that good. But all right, I'm going to go ahead and unload it. We'll do it right here, right in this area. I'm going to face it that direction, the opening, because it's still going to be a 3-sided with a lid. The opening is going to go there, so I can easily get in, turn it, whatever. But the 3 sides be this way, the lid will be down, so that way nothing can get blown that direction. So, all right. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and just build the sides. It has to be the back. It's got a thicker piece here. This is more like 1.5 inches, like 2x4 size. And that's true 2 inches or about, maybe 1 3/4. We'll go ahead and build the sides and put them up here. Then we'll just connect them together. Each side is going to be 5 lats high. That's going to be right in there. 1 2 3 4 5. So that's 4 8 16, about 20 inches for now. And then the lid will go over it. We don't have a huge amount of compost, so we'll start out small. Got some nettle here. I got to be careful of that thing. There, just move that a little bit to the side. Now, this is definitely not going to be perfect. I'm not a perfectionist. It just needs to do the job. And before you say anything, I took all these pallets apart myself. I looked them over. They're all heat treated pallets. None of them are chemically treated. So this is perfectly fine. I should say perfectly safe. Safe and fine could be 2 different things. All right. That's a good start. So I decided to do a minor change. I'm going to take out this lower board here. I'm going to leave this one here just to contain it. But this board here I'm going to take out, and I'm going to go ahead and put some chicken wire in there just for airflow. And we'll see how well that works. So go ahead and do that real quick. These guys. seriously out. Of course, out of staples. Be right back. Alright, found some staples. Got most of it in. Do another couple up here. And let's see here. Find a decent piece of wood. This one doesn't look bad. I have this for the bottom. And then just like the sides, I'll have the bottom here. Then I'll put the screen or the chicken wire. And then 4 more slats. And the reason why I don't have the chicken wire clear at the bottom is just for the compost itself. So they at least has a barrier to go up against. So let's go ahead and get these guys in here. Right, then I'll grab the chicken wire, toss it inside real quick. Alright, so there we have that. It's the base. I'm going to take the cardboard that's on there, put it down below before I put any of the compost or scraps in there. Now we're going to take the rest of this, kind of put a lid over it. Just to try to help keep all this wind from blowing everything out. So we'll get that going. It'll be a simple lid. Basically, let's see if I can just messed up on that one. So looks like you're gonna have to make the lid like this, and then put crossbar goes here. Yeah, I think that'll work out just fine. So be right back. I'm gonna grab another one of these guys. So grab a couple of these guys. You sit just like that. It's pretty simple. Go ahead and just lay all these guys on here. And plenty of a gap around the top here, so there'll be some decent airflow. But hopefully not enough to pick up a bunch of compost and throw it around. For those of you who may not know, one of the reasons why I'm making it so small right now is because I have a pile of these guys and going to end up using them as siding. Got to cut them in shape of bevel the edges, or bevel, just cut the edges at an angle. A military helicopter going by us. Oh, firefighting helicopter. Where is it? There it is. Okay. I'm going to grab one more slat, or lat, whatever you want to call it, for the lid. And then we'll get that thing put together. Okay, so I just noticed why that helicopter was going by. Little focus. Get a new fire in the area. So the last fire we had was just over to the west of us. It's right over there. And they just a couple of days ago allowed people to come back to their houses, like into the area. So no, it looks pretty bad. I hope everybody stays safe. So we'll try to take out these smaller pieces, put in the regular sized. Nope. Okay, yeah, this will be good enough. Just kind of center that a little bit. That's awesome. All right. And so that part's done. It is definitely not straight, level, nothing. But perfect. So I am going to go ahead and get that piece of cardboard, lay it down here. We'll start putting stuff on top of it. Alright, so there's that. I'm going to grab a shovel, bring that stuff over here, and got some kitchen scraps and some old soil, coffee grounds. We can pile it all in here, and we'll see what happens. All right, so we've got a bucket of kitchen scraps here. Just collect these throughout, a week or two, however long it takes to fill it. This thing's full, so I got a couple of bags. Kitchen scraps, got some old potatoes. They're starting to rot. I'm not interested in growing this kind of potato, so it's going in there. Got some old soil. Coffee grounds that I brought from work. Collect there. And this guy is full of coffee grounds that I was too lazy to go put anywhere in the garden. So I just dumped them in here. That's like 3-4 of these bucketfuls. So first thing I'm going to be doing is get the soil over here. But this is the base layer. This potting soil actually doesn't look that bad. Oh well. That'd be good. It might be a good idea for me to put some pallet wood on this side here, keep it from coming out this side. But we'll see where we're at. I'm gonna get the garden scraps over here, or the kitchen scraps over here. A lot of this is just really dry. Alright, so yeah, I did compost a little bit, but it's like just in the heat of the summer months it dried out. Yeah, I know I should be putting water on it. This will make it easier to do that. Alright, so Brussels sprout clippings. Rotten broccoli. Some taters. And this juicy stuff. Got a lot of liquid in it. Oh, that's right. Got like watermelon rind. Got another melon in there that I never ate. So there's that. I'm going to top it off with coffee grounds. These coffee grounds. It's one thing I'm not going to be short of ever until I quit my job. That's coffee grounds. Chop it up a little bit in here. Alright, that looks like a much better compost pallet than I've been doing. Alright, so yummy. And if you want to follow us along on our journey and see more interesting things that we do, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And until next time, keep kicking up dust. Oh, shizzle.